Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we'll try to understand hardware implementation of direct mapped cache. The concept of direct mapping technique has already been covered in 3 to 4 videos in our previous videos. If you haven't watched those videos, please watch those videos and come back here, because without the knowledge of direct mapping, you may not be able to understand how the implementation, how the hardware for the direct mapped cache will work. And every video in our channel is going to be a part of entire course or a playlist. Our suggestion is to follow the entire course so that you can have better understanding of the concepts, and the link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Now coming to this class, this is our cache memory, and this cache memory is provided with tag numbers. So these are the facilities that are provided for the tag numbers to get stored. So as we have discussed in our previous example, this is the request that is made by the CPU. This is the line of code. This is the instruction that the CPU is asking for, and now these two are the tag bits. Out of these 6 bits, the same bits are used here. From those 6 bits, these 2 bits are called as tag bits, and these these 2 bits are used for finding the line number, and these 2 bits are used for the line offset. Within the line, which word has to be extracted, which word has to be sent to the CPU, that is decided by these bits. So this is line offset, line number, and a tag number. Now how we are going to decide that how this cache, how the request that has been sent by the CPU, based upon that request, how we are going to decide that this particular word is present in the cache or not. So that is decided by this hardware. This is the hardware for the cache, for the cache which is implemented by direct mapping technique. And this hardware consists of 2 multiplexers. This multiplexer, this is a 4x1 multiplexer, and each input of the multiplexer is connected to one of the bit of the cache tag bits. So we have 2 tag bits. For example, let's consider this example. So here we are having 2 tag bits, and this is line number is 1. Line number is 1 means this is line number 1, and here we are having the tag number as 00, tag number as 00, and this we have 2 tag bits, and each input of the multiplexer, so this input is connected to the one of the tag, this input is connected to one of the tag bit of the tag, and this multiplexer is connected to the other input of the tag. See here, the other input tag bit input is connected to this multiplexer. That is why we have taken 4x1 multiplexer, because we are having 4 lines. As we are having 4 lines, we have taken 2 4x1 multiplexers. Why 2 4x1 multiplexers is we are having 2 tag bits. In order to extract the tag bits, whatever the tag bits that are stored, in order to extract those tag bits, we are using these multiplexers. So whenever the line number is provided, see what are the select lines of the multiplexer connected to? The select lines of the multiplexer are connected to the line number. What does the line number represent? 01. 01 means line 1. So from this line 1, these 2 bits will be transferred through these multiplexers, and they will be transferred onto. So here 00 is there, the tag 00 is there. If this 0 will be transferred here, and this 0 will be transferred here, and the comparator is going to compare. Here we are having the comparator. This comparator is going to compare 0 0. So the tag bits that are requested by the CPU are compared with the tag bits that are present on the cache memory. See here what we are doing. The CPU, the request that has been made by the CPU, from that the tag bits contains 2 bits, and these 2 bits are compared with the values that are there in the tag of the cache memory. If both of them are equal, then it is going to produce an output of 1. If it is 1, then it is a hit. the requested word is present within this line. So let's try to elaborate how it happens. So this concept we have already discussed. What the line 1 is capable of. So in our previous videos we have clearly explained about this table. So what does the line number, what are the blocks of the main memory that can be stored on the line 1, or it is 1, 5, 9 and 13. So these are the blocks that can be stored onto the line 1. So if it is block 1, we are going to have these words. The words that are present in block 1 are 4, 5, 6, 7. See here, all these words are having the same tag number 0, 0. All these block 1 words are having the same tag number. So this point is very important to understand. Please concentrate more. If you are not able to understand this point, please watch this part of the video again and again until you get the clarity. So here, what the line 1 is capable of, line 1 is capable of storing the block number 1, 5, 9 and 13. Okay, so now if the block number 1 is present on the line 1, block number 1 is present on the line number 1, so what are the tag bits that are representing? So each block is having 4 words, and every word, 4th word, 5th word, 6th word and 7th word, all these words are having the same tag numbers. If you take block number 5, if we take block number 5, all the tag bits, all the tag bits are same, 0, 1. For example, if block number 5 is there in the line 1, if block number 5 is there, on line 1, then it is going to have, the tag bits are going to have 0, 1. Here 0, 1 is compared with 0, 0. 0, 1 is compared with 0, 0. Are they same? No. So it is going to produce an output of 0, which is going to be a miss. Means this particular word that has been, the word that has been requested by the CPU is not present in the cache, and that is implemented by this hardware. If it is using direct mapping technique, the hardware that is needed is, these are the components: 2 multiplexers. Because we are having 2 tag bits, we have to use 2 multiplexer. If the tag bits are 4, then we have to use 4 multiplexers. And what is the size of the multiplexer? It is decided by the number of lines of the cache memory. If the number of lines are 8 lines, then we have to take 8 by 1 multiplexer. Okay, so now the comparator should have the size equal to the number of tag bits. The number of tag bits are 2. So these two bits are compared. 0, 0 is compared with, here we have requested 0, 0, and here in the line 1 we are having 0, 1. So these two are compared. So both of them are not equal. So it is going to produce an output of 0, which is a miss. So this is the hardware that is needed for the cache memory if it is implementing direct mapping technique. Okay, let's try to understand some more concept. One more concept, it is hit latency. So what this hit latency means? It is the time taken to find out whether the required word is present in the cache memory or not. So in order to find whether the given cache is given word is there in the cache memory or not, so we have to the things has to work on the multiplexer. So the multiplexer should function. The multiplexer is going to take certain amount of time. It may be in nanoseconds, but it is going to take certain amount of time, right? And after passing on those bits onto the comparator has to check. For example, the multiplexers are working at a speed of 1 nanosecond. Multiplexers are working at a speed of 1 nanosecond. And the comparator is working at a speed of 10 nanoseconds in order to compare 2 bits. So the comparator, assume that the comparator is taking 2 nanoseconds. In order to know in order to know whether the requested word is present in the memory or not, cache memory or not, it has to come across with certain components. Those components are multiplexer and the other component is comparator. So these components will take certain amount of time. Multiplexer is taking 1 nanosecond and comparator is taking 10 nanoseconds. In order to know whether this given element, word is present in the cache memory or not, it is going to take 11 nanoseconds. So this 11 nanoseconds is what we call it as a hit latency. Hit latency. To produce a hit, the amount of time taken is what we call it as latency. So the hit latency is equal to, what the hit latency is equal to? Hit latency is equal to multiplexer latency plus comparator latency. Okay, so now some more points to understand. Number of multiplexers required. In order to produce the hardware, in order to implement the hardware for direct mapping technique, the number of multiplexers required, is equal to the number of tag bits. It is number of tag bits. If the tag bits are 4, we need 4 multiplexers. If the tag bits are 7, we need 7 multiplexers. Okay. Size of each multiplexer. What are the input size that is required for the multiplexers? It depends upon number of lines of the cache memory. Number of lines of cache memory. If the cache memory is having 10 lines, 10 by 1 multiplexer is required. If it is having 8 lines, 8 by 1 multiplexer is required. Number of comparator required. We need only 1 comparator. Size of the comparator is equal to number of tag bits. Okay, so those are the bits that needs to be compared. Those bits are compared with the bits that are requested by the CPU. So the comparator size is number of tag bits. So this is how the implementation, the hardware is used. These are the components that are used in the hardware of the direct mapped cache memory. Hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you have any doubts regarding this concept, please post your doubt in the comment section below. And if you feel that this video is helpful to you, please give us a like symbol and please share this video with your friends so that they will also get benefited. Thanks for watching.